Hello, good evening. It's a pleasure that you are with us today. We are going to be in Paris for half an hour today talking about a wonderful Wednesday, the last day of July. In less than 2 hours, Latin America got 2 gold medals, Argentina and Guatemala. But let's see what we are going to have in this show. Eduardo Regonesi is with us. Eduardo.
Was it going to happen? Was it going to be moved around? Was it going to be postponed? A lot of questions were dissipated this morning when the triathlon got on the way on the female side, and then later on the male side. We were following our Latin athletes that were competing this morning, and we have the whole story for you guys just in a little bit, Carlos.
Thank you, Eduardo. We'll be back with you in a second. Last night, one of the main events was Simone Biles, that superstar in gymnastics. She got finally gold in the team. Charlie Montero was there. Charlie, what did you see last night?
Hi Carlos, how are you? Behind me was the final of women's artistic gymnastics. USA came up on top, second place was Italy, and third place was our people's Brazil. Stay tuned because later on we'll have more information.
Thank you very much, Charlie. We'll be back with you in a second. Too many activities today. We don't have enough time to tell you everything in this half an hour. But if you like tennis, we are getting close to a super final. It looks like Djokovic, Carlitos Alcaraz, the two of them won today. They are getting close to face each other here in Paris. But let's go back to Eduardo. Eduardo, tell me what you have seen today. We're still having a very high temperature here in Paris. I know it's not easy to be on the street. And let me tell you something, guys. Eduardo is the harder reporter here in Paris. He started working very early in the morning, and he's still here when we finish our main show in Spanish at midnight. Eduardo, go ahead.
Well, thank you for those words, but I extend that to everybody, including Carlos. It's a long day here in Paris because of the time differences, but the whole team is working very, very hard to bring you this, to bring you a full coverage of this Olympic Games Paris 2024. As we said, we were early this morning at the bridge. Right before we went there, I want to tell you, every day we wake up at 5 a.m., look at our phones, say, is it going to happen today? No. Is it going to happen today? No. Finally, it was the day today. The triathlon got on the way Wednesday, the last Wednesday of July, as you were mentioning. It got on the way with a bit of controversy. There's a lot of, there was this issue of the water, of the contamination at the Sena River. Remember, France spent nearly $1,400 million to clean the Sena River, and the rains that happened here in Paris last week kind of messed that up. The pollution rose to the surface and went to the Sena River, so it was not certain that the event would take place. It finally did. We were there early this morning. In fact, some of the athletes complained. Let me tell you the name, Ana Godoy from Spain. She competed early this morning. She was very tough with the organization. She told the press that the organization of France was more worried about the view, about having the Eiffel Tower, about having the Sena River, than they were about the health of the athletes. She mentioned that the river was not in condition, so that's a bit of a controversy that we're probably going to be, we'll be hearing more about that in a couple of days. But let's go to the race. The females started earlier this morning. The winner was France in the first place, followed by Switzerland, and then Great Britain on the third position, the bronze medal. It was the men's turn after that, around 10:45 in the morning. There's a lot of fans in the street. A big crowd came to the Sena River to witness this event. We ran to a couple of British fans, and we had the chance to talk to them, and this is what they say.
It was really exciting, and we saw the cycling and the running, and it was really, really exciting, and it's great to be on the streets of Paris. It's fantastic. Yes? Yeah! Right at the end. And Alexei. Right at the end, so we're really happy.
Okay, it was like a surprise.
Yeah. It didn't look like he was winning when he ran past here, but at the end he did, so fantastic. Really happy.
Well, they had a reason to be happy, and as we heard on the audio, it was a surprise because Alex G from Great Britain took the gold medal, but 99% of the race was dominated by the New Zealand athlete named Hayden Wild. Hayden Wild dominated the whole race for 99.9%, that's approximately. The way it works, the athletes get off the board into the river and they swim. And after they get out of the water, they get into the bicycle, and the packs started to form. There's packs of 30 athletes that go first, then a pack of other 30 that go behind. This is how they work, and the packs, they manage the speed. They run in packs, and they keep looking over their shoulders, see if the other pack is behind them. They raise the speed, or they slow down in terms of what's happening behind them. So it's very tough to go from one pack to another. The British athlete was in second place the whole time, and in the last lap, on the last lap of running, he overpassed the athlete from New Zealand and took the gold. Our Latin athletes, there's two that were doing fairly well. They were at the top of the pack. They were in Diego Moya from Chile and Miguel Hidalgo. They were struggling, but they were holding their own. They were fighting with the top of the pack. They ended up finishing in 10th position for the Brazilian, 28 for the Chilean. It's for the Chilean especially, we had a chance to talk to him. He did a better score than he did in Tokyo 2020, but he was disappointed. He was not happy with his performance, but still, it's a big merit to end 28 in this type of disciplines that are very, very tough. It's very demanding on the body. The other Latin athletes that were competing, there was from Mexico, two athletes from Mexico, Cristian Grajales ended up on the 39th position, and Aram Peñaflor from Mexico, 47. Another Chilean, Gaspar Riveros, ended up in the position 38. Gaspar Riveros has a sister. Her name is Bárbara Riveros. She's a celebrity in Chile. She's a multi-time Olympic competitor in the same discipline, in triathlon. So the Riveros family has to be very, very proud to have two of their own competing in the Olympics. The winner from Tokyo, Christian Blumenfeld from Norway, he was gold in Tokyo, but he finished on the 12th position today, very, very far. A lot of people were expecting to see him, but he did not perform as well as expected. As we said, a lot of controversy. Probably we haven't heard the last of this. There's going to be more things on the news in regards of the water. The athlete from Spain that I was mentioning to you, she said that the reports of contamination, they have a 24-hour delay. So last night it rained, this morning they ran, so maybe the results are going to come back. We don't know. We will wait for that information, and of course we will have it on the other news segments in the next couple of days with all the information of the triathlon.
Eduardo?
Carlos, yeah, I cannot hear. I can hear you now, Carlos.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, Eduardo, I was telling you that I disagree with the Spanish triathlonists because I think this morning when I saw the ladies, the female triathlon champion into the Seine, I said, oh my God, that's beautiful. That's the picture we all wanted to see. They spend so much money here in Paris to the athletes be able to swim on the river. And I think they are going to be careful. What I do understand, an Argentine girl who also participated in the triathlon, she was saying that the problem for her was that they couldn't practice in the place where was the event because, the contamination was high. I guess that's the point, but I don't know what's happened. But Eduardo, thank you very much. We will be back with you in a second, but remember, those names, those are people, superstars are born. Jose Maligno Torres, he's the gold medalist for BMX freestyle, Argentina. And then we have Adriana Ruan Oliva, another star. Adriana Ruan Oliva, he was shooting, and she got the first gold medal, but the second medal for her country, Guatemala, because Jean-Pierre Awiti also, he got a medal yesterday, but it was a silver medal. Let's go to see, Eduardo was telling us about those athletics complaining about different circumstances of this Olympics. Let's see a situation. 1936, the Olympics were in Berlin. Adolf Hitler, he was watching some of the main events. And he was competing, the USA, against in Berlin with the home team. And there is this person, I'm sure some of you know, maybe the younger generation know, but Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens, he beat the Nazis in those Olympics. The interesting story about this, that when he went back to his country, he didn't have such a great time. Let's see his story. It's worth to watch it.
No one could have imagined that the attempt to flatten Hitler at the 1936 Olympic would be returned as a boomerang to the United States Olympic Committee chairman Avery Bundridge, when he took 2 U.S. athletes off related to letting other athletes who hadn't even trained for the track and field trials. The Führer, who believed in the superiority of a supposed Aryan race, was confronted by the 18 African-American athletes, 16 men and 2 women, all of whom won 14 medals under their noses, 8 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze. Jesse Owens, a grandson of athletes born in Alabama in 1913, who came to the Olympic Games in Berlin as the big favorite in speed and long jump. A little over a year earlier in Michigan, Owens beat the world record of 100 and 200 meter flat and the long jump in for 5 minutes 5 times. He won 4 gold medals by winning these 3 events and the 4 times 100 relay. Despite a great service rendered to humanity and their country, these athletes returned to their land to face the same discriminatory policies that they suffered since always. They were not even received in the White House by the then American President Franklin Roosevelt.
One of the stories that make these Olympics games sometimes a little bit controversial. But now let's talk about those athletics. They do extraordinary things that most of us, we cannot do it. Michael Phelps, he won all the medals he can win in swimming. How far did he swim? In different events, if we put all those events together, let's see that in the story.
American swimmer Michael Phelps is the athlete who won the most medals at the Olympic Games, 28 in total. He competed in 5 games from Sydney 2000 to Rio 2016. If we add up the qualifying competitions and the final stage, he swam in freestyle, butterfly, combined relays, etc., etc. He swam about 17 kilometers during his entire Olympic competition, something like having swum across the Strait of Gibraltar or touring from south to north of the city that his compatriots invade, Kabul.
It's really complicated that somebody can do better than Michael Phelps in the swimming pool. That event is going on, today it's been going on the last few days, but today is the 100 males freestyle that, of course, a lot of people want to see that. That was the way we started this morning. Okay, another thing I want to talk to you about is athleticism. That's one of the track and field, some countries they call it. They are people ready, they're going to start in this Paris 2020. That's something that people who are here, they said, yeah, I'd like to see how everything doing in track and field. But what's happening with, today we have a chance to interview one of the leader of the Olympic Committee from Peru, and he was telling me that they have only compared with the USA, who has hundreds of athletics, they have less than 30, and he said sometimes it's complicated because the athletics, they have their own mind, sometimes they don't pay attention, but it was sometime who was really tough on the athletics, in athleticism. But I want that you know, that was a long time ago, many years ago, but it was a guy who was really tough was very polemic. He was the president of the organization. He was the Italian Primo Nebbioli. Let's go and see what he did so crazy in athleticism.
The Turin-born Premio Nebbiolo studied law and political science, but excelled as a construction entrepreneur until 1961, when he was elected president of the International University Sport Federation. In 1969, he took over the Italian Athletics Federation and managed as he wished for 2 decades. The most important step was taken in 1972, when he became a member of the Council of the International Athletics Federation, until he became president in 1981. He restructured the entire federation and managed athletics when he joined the International Olympic Committee in 1992. He created the World Championship and agreed to pay athletes for their participation. He put an end to amateurism and opened the door to millionaire businesses. The times of the finals of the 1988 Seoul Olympic Games were altered to favor television broadcasting to the United States and Europe. The Seoul organizer also wanted the finals to be played in the morning, so that the major network would have them in their prime time slot in the evening. The Koreans took it as an investment to increase their profit. With this money, Nebbiolo created the International Athletics Foundation, a phantom organization based in Monaco, and managed as parallel fund to that federation. With a public speech against doping, he was singled out for his lax attitude to punish it. He died for a heart attack in 1999. His throne was taken over by Vice President Lamine Diack from Senegal, who continued similar practices to his predecessor during 16 years at the helm of the world athletics. Today, he is in prison, charged with several crimes.
At the last night, it was the chance for the gymnastic team from USA to forget what happened 4 years ago in Tokyo when the main star, Simone Biles, got hurt and they lost the gold medals, even if they were the favorite. You know, since then, in these 4 years, there were so many stories, so many awful stories about the team, the way the coach treated the girls. The girls were really upset. It was a serious problem about the mental situation of them after being suffering by this guy who ended in jail and then destroy the mentally of those girls. But Simone Biles, she came back last night and she won the gold. Charlie Montero, he was there.
Hi Carlos, how are you? We just saw an amazing competition in the final of women's artistic gymnastics. We saw Simone Biles come back after getting the twisties in Tokyo. And we saw our people's Brazil come in 3rd place, get the bronze medal. Listen to some interviews I got with some Americans and some Brazilians.
Let's go USA!
It's absolutely incredible. I've been an Olympics fan my whole life. This is my first Olympics I've attended, and this was magical for me. Lifetime memory for sure.
It's awesome. America rocks. We're really happy. Simone Biles was great, and we're just so excited. We got to get these two too. I mean,
how's it feel to be gold medalists, guys?
It's great. It was so fun to watch, and I'm really glad that we won. So yeah,
How did it feel to see Simone Biles return to the Olympics?
hard to put into words. I mean, to have
We were
the
so
opportunity.
nervous,
Yeah.
and we were watching the qualifiers on Saturday. We were so freaked out, but I'm glad it all worked out. It was a perfect performance. She crushed it.
Yeah.
It was
And
fantastic.
the whole team. It was an honor to see all of them.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I'm so happy. It's the first time, and it's an amazing experience. I'm really happy.
Wow, it's very good to be medalists in this group session. So we are hoping to be medalists as well on the individual gymnastics.
We wanted it to be the gold medal, but yeah, we're really happy that we were able to get at least the bronze medal. It was like very nice experience to be able to see it for the first time.
It was amazing. We didn't expect to get this medal, and I don't know, it was such an energy, and we are counting the final numbers to get the medal, and it was amazing.
Well, there you have it, Carlos. We had a feeling that USA would get the gold medal, but Brazil really came through and got the bronze medal, and you could really see how excited the Brazilian fans were about that. Back to you, Carlos.
USA so far has 4 gold medals, but let's go and see how the other countries who are leading the medals table. First place is China. China has 8 gold medals, 16 altogether. China is doing great, you know, in swimming, table tennis, shooting. Second place, Australia. Australia has 7 gold medals, 14 altogether. Then we have Japan, 7 gold medals, 14 altogether. France, the home team, it was yesterday in second place, today is in fourth place. So far it has 6 gold medals, 22 altogether. Great Britain, fifth place, 6 gold medals and 17 altogether. And of course, we have to count 2 of our countries, Guatemala and Argentina, that has 1 gold medal. Let's see what's happened. This is only the beginning of all those games. Thank you very much for being with us during this half an hour. You can follow us on social media. We are going to have all the information. My account is C Montero Official. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow, amigos. Bye-bye. Adios.